Welcome back to the show. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of The State of Loud. The State of Loud. The State of Loud. State of Loud. The State of Loud. State of Loud. State of Loud. The State of Loud. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. It's your host, Chris Jefferson, here on The State of Loud. And today we have a very special guest coming in from the I Don't Care What You Think podcast. New Jersey's own Amir is here with us to talk about what he's doing and the imprint he's making on the podcast scene today. Amir, welcome to the show, bro. How you been?
Man, that's one of the best intros I ever got. But I've been good, man. I came here straight after work, man. I've been good, though, man. I've been good.
Good, man. Yeah, I saw you walking in, bro. I appreciate a man putting in some hard work and still going out to work afterwards.
Don't worry about it. The way it work is, as long as I had that conversation with my wife ahead of time, and
Yes.
she not surprised,
Yes.
you good.
That's teamwork.
Yeah.
See, that's teamwork. Because a lot of people, they think if you got to kind of, I don't even want to call it checking in, but if you need to kind of collaborate with your wife on where your whereabouts, a lot of people are like, nah, I just do what I want.
Yeah, I hate that.
And then maybe end up why they got a bad relationship.
I hate that so much. Communication is literally everything in our entire relationship. When it comes to our son, when it comes to anything, like I'm gonna tell you a secret. Well, I'm gonna tell you something I shouldn't tell you, but I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
So today she called me. I have one of her debit cards, so we had to pay the rent and shit. So I had one of her debit cards. So she called me. She like, yo, you got my debit card? I'm like, yeah. She was like, could you tell me next time you take it? Mind you, I always take it at the exact same time so I can get the rent money. Because I put the money in there and I take it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, she like, because I'm getting emails that this and this and this, and I ain't moving no money around. But it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't feel like I was just like, okay, you got it. But that's how much it is. Like, it's something we do every month. She like, yo, could you just tell me?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Something small, man. Something small. I feel like it is the small things that make us go a long way. But something not so small is the podcast you're running.
Yeah.
I see the work you're putting in, the constant content you're putting out, the collaborations that you're putting in, bro. Talk to me. Where are you guys at right now with the show?
All right. So right now we are at, how can I say it? We are at a point where I want to be, but I just hope all parties that work on the podcast is ready for. And that's comments. Because before people will go, oh, I like that person, like it. I like that person, like it, watch it. But now we're getting strangers.
Okay.
Who have no clue who I am, who have no clue who my co-host is. They just know the person sitting with us.
Okay.
And one of my friends told me, he was like, if they don't know you, they're there for something. So once they meet you and they don't like you, they don't like this.
Sheesh.
And he was like, you got to remember that.
Yes.
So like, we get comments like, oh, we learned more about you guys than we learned about the guests. And I don't say nothing.
Yeah.
But my boy was like, think about that. Because they don't even see that you're carrying the interview. All they see is, yo, the guest not talking. Y'all not letting the guest talk.
Really?
But y'all are sitting there like, the guest not talking. We're not letting the guest talk because we can hear that the guest is finished.
Absolutely.
Like, there is a train. Like,
yes.
We know this question was yeah, okay. We know that's it. There's nothing more to the question but yeah, okay. That's all. That was the whole answer. So we have to carry the rest of this.
Yes.
If that's the case, we're putting out 20-minute episodes.
Yeah, because at that point, and it's interesting you make that point because many people don't realize the art that goes behind communicating with guests. And now you have a lot of guests that are entertainers, that are in the hip hop industry, doing music throughout New Jersey and all over. Like, how, with your involvement in the culture, do you feel like the people who they portray on stage and in their music doesn't really relate to when you're sitting down talking to someone in person?
Yes. And I can say, I'm not going to say the exact guest name, but I told him to his face on his episode.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, one of the last questions I asked him, I was like, when did you get your rapper voice? And he was like, he just answered it like it was nothing. Because it messed me up because I listened to his music. And when he came in, he already knew my co-host. So my co-host opened the door for him. And he was like, yo, what's up? And he responded like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm already sitting at the machine and shit.
Yeah.
He like, hey man, what's going on, man? What's going on, man? It's a pleasure to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
But the music was like, oh, and I'm like, yo,
Yup.
where's that person? Like,
Yeah.
he was so nice, polite. It was like he had an accent when he rapped. Like, it was just a totally different person.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually told a guest that before. Like,
Okay.
yo, I did not expect you to sound like that. I literally told him that. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I did not think, I thought you was going to have, and he was just like, hi, hello. I'm like,
Jeez.
I'm like,
That's
yeah.
wild, bro.
I'm like, rapper voice is real. Oh.
Jeez, and that kind of puts it into a space of like talking in media is not for everybody.
Yes.
Like either you naturally just want to have conversation, you want to get to know people. You, like you said, as a host, you can carry a conversation directly where you want it to go. But it's equally as important that the person you're talking to realizes they have a responsibility.
Yes.
To dive in, to share stories, to kind of you're like be guided through the dance, so to speak. And the funny thing is, I get what you're saying because I've had guests where they've come on and they go, well, that's a long story. We'll talk about that a little later. And I'm like, when? What? Like now? When? And then later? You're planning for another show?
It's not 5 hours.
Yeah, like let's talk about what's on your mind now. So I definitely get it, man. But yeah, man, you guys have a lot of entertainers on your show. Was that the platform in which you envisioned for your show when you started? Was that intentional, or was it just happened? This is who was around me.
No, man. My vision was the easiest terms that everybody could get. My vision was Joe Budden podcast style.
Okay.
We sit, we talk current events, we bring up ideas, and that's how it originally started for the first 2 years. Me and my cousin, we did it together.
Okay.
And then it started to get stale because COVID happened and stuff like that. And then my cousin relocated. Him and his fiance, they're going there in another state. And it's just me. And I brought Ray on board.
Okay.
Me and Ray doing it. But Ray is a tricky person. Because if he don't want to talk about it, he's not. Like, completely not. Like, he's going to go, I'm going to say whatever I got to say, and he's going to be like, yeah, well, and that's it. Like, he's literally not going to talk about, like, if he don't care.
Done, period, end.
But when he cares, he gives me some of the best content I ever asked for. Like, when the Jada Pinkett and Will Smith stuff happened.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I let him go for, like, 15, 20 minutes. He was just going. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yes.
Oh, my God.
Every next topic, he don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So he got real tricky. And then he had a friend, an artist, who really wanted to come up there because they're friends. So he's like, yo, I want to come on the podcast. He was the first guest. And he came up there and we interviewed him. We talked about it. This before we was trying to figure out that format.
Yes.
So we did the Drink Champs thing. We had some licking in for him and stuff. But I didn't like that. He was fine, but I didn't like that. And we was just trying to find our footing.
Yes, sir.
And we was doing it out the living room, like, pause. We was doing the podcast out of my living room.
Yes.
So
yes.
I envisioned that's why when I came in here and I seen y'all studio, I was just like, because that's what I envisioned.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
and
that.
then we bought the first guest. We bought the second guest. We put new segments on it. We take segments off it. And we're thieves. And what I mean by thieves, we're content thieves. So, like, I came in here and I asked you a million questions. Do not be surprised if some of them questions I asked you is now on my platform.
I'm not even
like,
mad
that's
at
what
that.
I mean. Like, I'm a full thief.
No, please.
I mean, come on.
So,
Still like an artist.
So, as the guest thing blew up, we reached out to so many guests, and I'm from North. I reached out to so many North guests. None of them wanted to come up there. They either just ignore me or never hit me back. And then everybody Ray brought up here, because he's from Jersey City.
Okay.
All the Jersey City people was like, yes. So people think I'm from Jersey City.
Seriously.
But I'm not from Jersey City.
Yeah.
He's from Jersey City.
Wow, yo, that's
But
crazy.
I turned this platform into, if we're going to do guests, let's do guests.
Yes.
Yeah, I reach out to New York City, Connecticut, California, I don't care. But this will be built for New Jersey.
Okay, that's fire.
So every rapper, almost every actor, we had the Councilman of Newark. We've had videographers from New Jersey, rappers, singers, actors, dancers. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
As long as you're doing something positive, you could be a garbage man.
Yes.
As long as you're doing something that helps New Jersey, I'm fine with that.
Jeez, I like that. I like that.
So that's what that's how it built up. So up and coming guests. So I told Ray, no matter how big we get, and I don't care if we get Drink Champs big, we will never turn our back on the people that help keep the doors open. And that's the up and coming people.
Bro, that is
Come on now.
AJ getting hyped. That's how I know. He's like,
That's real.
Like, I need to start talking now. Come on now. Give me something, preach. Give me something. Nah, oh man. Nah, I appreciate that so much because like we get caught in this constant content society of bigger is better. Give me the most scandalous names. Give me the most interesting names. Give me this. Give me the flashy. Give me the lights. Give me the give me everything, right? And we forget how interesting everyday people are.
Yep.
We forget how interesting those that build in our community are. We forget how interesting that our neighbors can be. And it's not many podcasters that you see doing that, or any host of anything, right? Like the only person I can think of like is Theo Vaughn. He like one of his last shows I listened to, he had a lunch lady. That was the title. Lunch lady. Not her name, lunch lady. And he literally for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, sat there and talked to a lunch lady.
Oh my God.
He sat there and he was asking her lunch lady questions.
Lunch
Like,
lady question.
Yo, look. He's like, so y'all like, do y'all like have favorite
How y'all
kids? Y'all
make
get
the
food?
sandwiches?
Bro.
What kind of meat is that?
Seriously.
What kind of meat? Is that
Yo.
mystery meat?
Yo.
Is that mystery meat?
I kid you not. He's like, is there some food that you recycle the next day?
They definitely
Like
do.
you cook it, you chop it up, you reheat it, you get it out the next day. Bro, he was asking legit lunch lady questions, and
that's
I listened to the whole episode because it was interesting, it was entertaining, it was something that I've never thought of even interacting with, like being like, I want to have a lunch lady on the show. Like
with
not
that.
at all.
I'm with
And
that.
so the fact
Principles,
that
whatever.
exactly. So like the fact that you're willing to leave your doors open for, like you said, the people that got you to where you are. I definitely do appreciate when you guys are moving. And you guys have a lot of different content. You built a definitely great following for yourself. Who would you say is probably the biggest guest you've had on your show so far?
Outside of New Jersey, Cartoon Connect. Cartoon Connect. I don't know how my wife made that happen,
Okay.
but Cartoon Connect, because he's in another state and all that. But that was on Zoom. That to this day, that's our biggest episode. That's our biggest episode as far as views, and I couldn't have met someone so cool because he does the thing with the puppet, and the mother's not in the video. He did her reveal on the podcast. Like she did the whole podcast with her. He said, "Yo, when you make your clips, can you cut my mother's face completely off it? So all of the clips is just him. She's talking, but it's just him." And then he was like, "Yo, when you post it, put mom reveal and then the link in the bio on the episode."
Bro.
That's literally what he
Genius.
told me to do. He said, "Do that and watch this."
Genius.
1,000 views in 30 seconds. And the comments literally say, "I'm here to see what the mother look like." They didn't even care for the content. All they cared for was, what does this woman look like?
Bro. That's a Mr. Beast level type stuff. Like how am I grabbing you? What am I giving you? What
And
do you
that
wanna
wasn't
see?
even my idea. Like, I just did the whole thing.
Yo.
And then when I asked him for a drop like this, you watching I Don't Care What You Think podcast, he said, "You want me to do it or you want the puppet to do it?" I was like, "The puppet."
Yo.
I was like, "The puppet." Then he gave me the whole idea. I sent them the clips. We exchanged phone numbers. Every single clip, he collabed on all of them. He didn't care. He was like, "This is the perfect time. Send them every single day." He shared them. He was just full and loving. He was like, "Yo, I could give you access to the other team, the Cottonmouth team with the puppets. You can interview everybody."
Bro.
And I was just like,
That's
"Yo,"
love.
and he was and I still wasn't maximizing how to promote. So I did that solely off his fan base. Posting stuff, 100,000 views in 10 minutes. Like, it was just going crazy. And I was just like, but they there for him.
Him.
They don't give a fuck about me.
Bro, that's the
And that's when I realized that's cool, but I need to learn how to make them come see me.
yeah. And I think that's oh man. That's heavy. That's heavy because as a host of a show, you don't want to outshine your guests, but you want to have an influential enough impact that people go, hey, I like that person's style. I want to come back. They said something that grabbed me. I like what they asked the people about. They have that uniqueness to who they are. And it's interesting because like when you mentioned Joe Budden, whenever I think of his podcast, I'm like, it's gonna get loud. Every episode, somebody gonna say something. There's gonna be an argument. There's gonna be a discussion. It's gonna get loud. There's gonna be a clip of somebody yelling, and I'm just like, but I know what the content. I know what the hook is.
Yeah,
you know that as soon as you come on it, someone on the stage on the crew is gonna have something controversial to say about whatever topic may be at hand, and you never know, and it kind of pulls them in. Just like you said with the content you're making for him, his fans will coming in to view him. So I guess my question on that is, how have you, like, what practices have you put in place to kind of get people to lock into your show for you and the style you bring versus just the people that you have on?
all right. One of our other, not in terms of views, in terms of impact, we had Shake Smooth on the platform. You know who that is? No. He's a YouTuber that does like current events content. Like he's like the Shade Room on YouTube. But remember, I told you everything is New Jersey.
Yes, sir.
He interviewed somebody from the Joe Budden podcast, Ice, and when they were talking, Ice was like, they don't know what it's like growing up in New Jersey, and he was like, yeah, people don't even know I'm from New Jersey. So I reached out.
Yo.
And I reached out on the platform he's the smallest on. So he was like, yo, come follow my Instagram. And I clicked his Instagram. I said, 1,200 followers. He'll probably respond to me on this.
Oh, yeah.
Because he got 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. But 1,200 followers?
Yeah.
He'll notice that.
Yes.
Reached out to him. He said, yeah, where y'all from? What y'all do? Explained it to him. He said, yeah. Told us how we could book him, whatever. We got him. This is where I knew, with the question you asking, he was the one who tested all of that. He has changed my dynamic on how I edit. He has changed my dynamic on how I promote. He changed everything because I knew what had happened, depending on what I asked him, because of how big he is. Like his intro music is Joe Budden saying his name. Like Cheggs, YouTube, you know what to do. I knew who looks at him. I knew it for a fact. We got him on. We talking to him. I asked him a specific question about a specific person. All he said was, cloud chasing ass nigga. That's it. That's all he said about the person. That is it. The clip ain't got nothing to do with that. That's all he said in the clip.
Jeez.
But the person he talking about, I knew would click it. But I knew it wasn't clickbait.
Yep.
Because I know that's all he said about him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That motherfucker seen it. He seen it. He made YouTube videos about it. He sent it to other people. Joe Budden seen it. They in Twitter Spaces arguing.
Yo.
Joe Budden, I'm in the space.
Yes.
Listening to them talk about it. I'm texting all my boys. It's 1 a.m. I say, oh, it's going crazy.
Yo.
They like, what? I said, I knew it was going to happen.
Yo.
Going crazy.
Bro.
Videos on the other, because the other guy makes content.
Yes.
So he's making the content about it. But this is when I realized I have to bring people in to my style. All of his fans, nothing but negative comments, 24/7, all day. This shit is horrible. Y'all talk too much. Y'all not letting the guests talk. This and this and that.
Yeah.
This and this and that. I don't write back the comments. I just read them. And I say to myself, do you say that to Gillian Wallow? Do you say that to Noriega? Well, no, they do say that to Noriega. But I be seeing those shit. They be like, yo, shut up.
Oh, my God.
But do you say that to them? They was like, no. But you hear for something specific. Like, even the guy left a comment. He literally told me what I should have asked him. He said, you ain't say nothing about Adam 22. You ain't say nothing about Joe Budden. You ain't say nothing about none of that. I never wrote back, but in my head, I'm going, this guy don't have no controversy. You want me to make it up?
Yeah.
So you can, you
got something to talk
and
about.
I thought about my boy. You came here for something.
Yep.
You didn't get it, And that was fuck this whole interview.
Wow.
But if you would have came here, because you know how this podcast is ran, because our very next episode, somebody left the exact same comment and literally said, this is my first time seeing this platform. I don't know if this is how y'all conduct interviews, but I feel like I didn't learn much about the guests. See how easy that was? She even said it in the comment.
You can learn
Constructive criticism. Learn to analyze what they're trying to tell you.
But what they're trying to tell me, because every time I see comments like that, I go, you were here for something. You didn't get it. The young lady we interviewed has a beef with another female rapper from this exact city. And we danced right over it. She brought it up. She said her piece. We never said her name. Moved on.
So,
but you was there for the message.
Oh, they wanted to hear an hour of that.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, we're not doing that because you're bigger than that.
Wow, bro.
If you've been rapping for 10 years and you've been beefing for 3 months, why we going to harp on an hour of that? And you don't have interviews out.
Exactly.
Like the comment said, I've been waiting for this interview, which means the person you looking for don't do interviews. But you've been waiting because the other girl has the interviews about this. Nah, she's bigger than that. I respect that. We're not here for that. We here to shine light on the artists. Now, if they want to talk about it, they can talk about it, but we ain't going to push them to talk about it, just like I wasn't going to push Chig Smooth to diss Adam 22 because I called Chig Smooth a top 3 media platform from New Jersey. That's literally what I said. The dude in the comments said, nah, you said he was the big 3 of media, so why you didn't elaborate on it? I said New Jersey. That's Academics, Joe Budden, and him. I never said Adam 22. That's Los Angeles. So why we talking about Adam 22?
Because they immediately want the
platform is for New Jersey.
Yeah.
Why would I be talking to Adam 22? Now, if Adam 22 want to talk to me, that's different.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking to Adam 22. I'm talking to a guy who has no problems with nobody in the field that he does work. You want me to create a narrative so you can get. I'm not here to chase the view. I want you to come to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to come to you anymore.
Yeah.
I tried to get into the industry. The industry wouldn't let me in. So I'm going to make the industry come to me.
Yeah.
By any ways possible. That's why I no longer want a podcast deal. I am the podcast.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to keep it like that.
Bro.
Facts.
Bro. Preach. Bars. What are we doing? Bars. What are we doing here? We going to still keep going?
Hey, shout out to Fuentes, man. Now I think he knows what bars mean now.
But he does know what bars mean. Shout out to Fuentes. Yo, why you... I hope he watches this. Yo, that's... Oh, man. You made such a beautiful point, right? Like, and it rings.
Always got to sign that contract.
It's because so many people are looking for the confrontation, the argument, the anger.
That's all they want.
Fighting.
That's all they want.
And like, why can't we not have that? Why can't we build together? It's like crazy, right? Like we talk about the crabs in the barrel situation, like throughout the culture, right? You can have people collab in a room. But at some point, you're going to create a beef. The top people got to be fighting at the top. Why? Because we need to know who the best is. Why can't people just be the best at what they do? Why do I need to come up in here and have you tarnish someone else's name to elevate yourself? Why don't you just be the best at what you're doing?
100% agree.
Like no one goes to Michael Jordan and goes, Mike, who do you think is the most trash player in the NBA? He's like,
let him know the answer though.
Oh man, I mean, sidebar, yeah.
I
What's
said that
up,
to my
Mike?
boy today. I said, I wonder who J. Cole don't like.
Yo,
because he's always nice. I want to
cool.
know who he don't like.
Off the record, Jay. What are we?
He definitely said it though.
Who are we not playing? Right?
Yeah.
But it's like we want almost to lead with that throughout the culture. It's crazy. Like I'm all for competitiveness. I'm all for competition. No matter what it is, if you want to be competitive, I think competition is a natural form to make us better. But I don't think it needs to get to the point where I just don't like you. I don't like this. I don't like that. You can keep it to yourself, keep moving, push forward. And to see you on that platform where you're like, yo, I'm going to promote my artists. I'm going to promote my guests. I'm going to have a show that highlights what they want to do. And like you said, if they want to talk about the beef, we could talk about it. It's not going to be my main platform. I'm not having an hour-long conversation about how you don't like somebody. That's a lot of negative energy with it. Now, in leading your platform like that, how do the artists receive that when they come on the show and see you kind of lead that way?
No artist has ever complained. Every artist that has ever came on our platform has told us they enjoyed the episode. It's one of the best interviews they ever had. We always get compared to Gilly and Wallow. Because mid-interview, we just crack on each other.
Yep.
Because Ray will say something and I know the truth. So Ray will be like, For example, my favorite rapper of all time is Nas.
Okay.
His favorite rapper of all time is Styles P.
Okay. All right.
He'll say something like, last episode we had, he loved They Not Like Us by Kendrick.
Okay.
He wanted to go, man, that shit just all instrumental. It ain't really all that.
Okay.
And since the guest sit between us, he looks at me while the guest like looking at him, and I'm looking at him like, you was a lying ass nigga. You know that? And then the guest be like, what? I be like, yo, he's just he's lying. Like,
Oh my God.
So it's like that banter. So
Yes.
So it's for an example, I know it's off the rails of what you asked me,
No, please go.
but when people say stuff like, yo, we learn more about y'all than we learn about the guests, I say stuff like this. Our last episode was 2 hours long. In the first 33 minutes, our guest, Mixed Teleport, that's my girl, our guest in the first 33 minutes said her influences, where she from, how she started rapping, how did she break out from being a group artist to a solo artist. She's a single mother with 2 kids, how hard it is writing raps and trying to manage the children. She worked at Easy Pass. She used to put the phone on hold and write bars. This is the first 33 minutes.
Yeah.
The episode is 2 hours. Somebody said I learned nothing about her. That is the first 33 minutes. We did a lot of other shit, but that was the first 33 minutes we did her interview.
Yeah.
We pod after that. I'm done. We got our shit.
Yeah.
If I don't do the rest, you're watching a 33-minute episode. I don't want to watch a 33-minute episode. But after that, you learn she not a big fan of Meek Mill as she once was. She not really into sports like she once was.
Yeah.
I mean, she not into sports at all. She's trying to learn sports. You learned her life in Jersey City, period.
Yeah.
And in the middle, we did banter. I'm a Celtic fan. We talk shit. My editor's a Knicks fan. We talk shit to him. Like, so, but what you want to know about her, you got in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah. You got the main
Click
stuff.
off. Bye. You got what you want. It's about her. You got even the beef part. She spoke on how she didn't want to really go that far. The girl was warned. You got it. Just wasn't expanded on. You didn't say her name.
They want something to pull them in, give them that emotional tie. Like, oh, yeah, I'm angry now too. How dare they? And you're like, no, we're good with that. I hope that goes well for you. Back to the Celtics. Like, what are we doing?
For
like,
example, as a guest, I can spin this interview right now.
Yeah.
Onto you.
Yeah.
If I'm not talking, you got to talk more.
Exactly.
So somebody going to come here like, I ain't learned nothing about our man, but our man not talking. But
And
you
that's
as the
huge.
host and him as the co-host and that, y'all know that. Y'all hear dead air. Like, you got to have an ear for that.
Oh, yeah.
People don't, like, I have a lot of episodes. And I've done episodes where it was like, you answer your question, I'm just like, all right. This is trial and error. And I don't delete it to show everybody. This is trial and error.
Yes, it is.
I've learned how to interview people.
You're putting your reps in.
I've learned. I've had my wife and some of my close friends go, yo, let the artist talk. Don't talk over the artist. I've been through that. So don't. I know. I watch other podcasters. I know. We're not a messy platform, and we're not here to chase the moment. We're here to shine light, because if I bring Chris Brown up there, what the fuck do you think I'm asking Chris Brown that we don't already know?
Yeah.
So if Chris Brown sit here, what you think he gonna be sitting here doing? Podcasting or doing the interview? Because what we gonna ask him other than whatever he got coming out?
Yep.
Once we're done with that, what's next?
Right.
Don't tell me, oh, I ain't learned nothing new about this person. This person has nothing new. The guest is there to bring the eyeballs to me, and it's my job to make sure you stay here. Because that guest did 10 interviews this month.
Yeah.
But why you stayed with that platform and you left this platform? You left this platform because of the co-host. You left that you stay at that platform because of that co-host. I watched Bill Bellamy tell the same story about Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J fighting on a million episodes of different people's platforms.
Very true.
I love Drink Champs version the best.
Oh, yeah. The style they have.
Thank you.
Come on now. There's a different feel.
Thank you. You gotta have a connection with the platform that they on.
Oh,
or else you wouldn't watch it.
absolutely.
I don't watch certain artists go on Hot 97, but I watch them when they go to the Breakfast Club.
Oh yeah.
It could be the exact same artist.
Oh yeah.
I will completely skip the Hot 97 version.
It's entertaining, man.
Yo.
Nah, but you see what I'm
Nah,
saying?
Yeah, I already know.
the feel is different. The host is going to be different. The questions that's going to be asked different.
You got
the
Charlamagne
comedy
there.
is there. Come on, Charlamagne is as well.
Charlamagne in this, he be wild.
You're
know.
here for the you happy that
That
the
Logic episode, man.
you happy that the guest is there. That is true. But
Yeah.
who's conducting this interview? Because we could do a CNN. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you're
When you
podcasting.
when you were 12.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tissues, Dave. Can I
See,
get a
come
tissue,
on,
Dave?
man. We can do all that. We can do all that.
Yo, might have to do a whole one like that one day. But no, I get what you're saying. Like it is. Most people don't realize like doing any type of art is practice. It is engagement. It is getting your reps in to get better and along getting better, it's figuring out who you are.
Yes.
It's figuring out your styles, figuring out what you like and what kind of interviews you put in when you have people on. What are you trying to pull out of your guest? And I think the average person will say, "Oh, I could do that. That looks easy. That's okay." And
I thought that.
And exactly right.
I thought
Like you first start, and you're like, "Nah, okay, crap. Where do I go with my next question? This is not like having a conversation in a bar. I gotta like direct this in a direction. I don't know. Maybe I didn't learn enough about you before you came on. Maybe I don't know what would spark a conversation for you. So now you're going to give me a 2-word answer. And you're sitting there like, okay. And then they're like, oh, this is awkward. Pour me a water. Take a sip. So, man, what else you got going
Just
on?
gave away my secret.
Really?
I'm so serious.
That's when you pour water?
I can. No. I'm about to tell you my secret. You said it in between what you were saying. I met y'all today. Say y'all two were the guests.
Yeah.
Met y'all today. I could have did a bunch of research. One of my favorite episodes is with an artist from Montclair, New Jersey named Samaj Savage. He said it to me because he caught it. He was like, he said at the very end of the interview, he was like, "This was different," and it was just me and him. I ain't had no co-host with me or nothing. Like they couldn't make it. He said, "This was different." I said, "What was different?" He said, "Yo, I never had nobody have me explain who I am and what I do." And this was at the very end of this episode. And I said, "Yeah." He said, "And I felt like you knew the answers already." I said, "I did. But it wasn't my job to tell the people."
Oh. Come on now.
He was like, that was fun.
Yeah. Yo,
like I knew his favorite rapper was Lupe Fiasco. I knew he loved Eminem. I knew all that stuff.
but that's the beauty.
But I
of
had
it.
him bring it up.
Yes, that's you. Just alley-oop, dunk it in. I'm done, right?
Yeah.
Like and I feel like that's what a good host should be able to do, right? Pull it in, pull it out of you. I don't know if that's pause or not. Leave it alone. But anyway, you need to be able to. We're gonna leave that alone. I don't even know. It didn't sound right coming out, but
I got you.
you have to be able to guide the person where they're going and know a little bit about them. And the interesting part is, some stuff works just because we're people.
Yep.
But some stuff you can dive into when you do know that little niche fact about them that you could pull out with it. So whatever. So basically, I want to. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So we're just gonna leave that alone, keep moving. But what I want to get into, because you've been in the space for a minute, you're putting out tons of content. I gotta know, why did you get started doing a podcast? What was that moment that kind of just clicked and was like, yo, I'm doing a podcast. Let's get started. This is it for me.
Okay. And I love answering this question. So I got you. I can talk about anything. Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sports, music, politics, even though I hate talking about that. Politics, movies, science, history, math. I was just arguing with somebody about Terrence Howard's
1 × 1 is 2.
Yep. And I was explaining to the guy, I'm completely lying to him, but I'm explaining to the guy why Terrence Howard was absolutely correct.
Okay.
And he was like,
1 × 1 is 3, actually. Yes.
AJ,
I'm sorry, I just had to correct you.
we'll come back. We'll come back with it. That's gonna be a whole show.
Yeah, so how it started was, I thought like, yo, this would be easy, this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
For like a year and a half, I told my wife, I wanted to do, at the time she wasn't my wife. I'm like, yeah, I want to start a podcast. I want to start a podcast. But a fun fact about me, I am extremely cheap. extremely
Frugal?
no cheap.
Okay. All right. All right.
Like, for example, those are $20 microphones we're speaking out of.
Yes.
I maximize everything I learned.
Yes.
So how do I make these mics sound like these? As best as possible.
I mean, you asking me, I could tell you?
No,
or
I did it.
Okay, I'm about to say. I did it. I was like, your audio's pretty clean. Like, y'all pretty good. For it.
Those are $20 mics.
Yes.
I got it. And I use a Rodecaster. See how it helped me?
And
That's why I
nothing
just
mad
know
about
it's good. So she was like, you're playing around. You're playing around. You're playing around. We was driving on 22, coming back from date night. And she just went in Best Buy parking lot. She was like, come on. And I'm like, yo, where we going? I don't want nothing. So we in Best Buy. She like, go buy a microphone. On the spot. But I don't have nothing. Nothing. I don't even know how to work shit. Like, I don't know a soundboard. I don't know nothing. Cameras, I know nothing. When I tell you novice, I mean like I'm in the microphone section. Like I don't even know what an XLR cable is. Like I don't even know what that goes into. So I'm like, well, I know USB. I know laptops got USB. So bought a blue snowball. Still got it to this day, and I still bring it out every once in a while because I do a little streaming on the side. I got a blue snowball. I'm like, yo, how I work this shit? All I got is a microphone. What do I talking to? She had an old dusty laptop that was like, my cousin cleaned it up, took all the viruses off. Like, he wiped it clean. So I'm like, all right. She like, use that. So I'm like, okay. What am I talking to? Her laptop's old. It don't have the video voice thing, none of that. I did my research online. This is how long ago I started podcasting. I found Anchor.com when it was nothing. They didn't even have social media websites, like social media handles. I went up there, I looked it up. You could record, you used to can record directly, just plug the mic into the laptop and talk.
Yep.
I did my first episode April 18, 2018. That's why I love talking about this. I talked about Wale getting dropped from Atlantic Records. I talked about Taylor Swift doing over, what group is that? It was a famous black group. Damn, what song?
I know what you're talking about.
Black Eyed Peas?
No. Whoa.
That's not what I thought you was gonna say. It was, no.
September.
Okay.
That's the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked about those two topics. And for right now, it's funny. I think those were the only two topics.
Yeah.
It was 45 minutes long.
It's not even all black.
That's my
go.
first. It's called episode 1 on all my, wherever you get your podcasts.
okay.
At, except for YouTube. But it's that's where it's at. That's where it started. That was my first episode. I got feedback. I sent it to some people. They was like, yo, it's dead air. It's dead space. It's all that. But I knew this is what I wanted to do. Called one of my best friends. I said, yo, you want to come pod with me? He like, whatever.
Yeah.
He showed up. We was rolling. We did like 3 or 4 episodes. I was doing just audio because I thought about y'all at work. Y'all ain't got time to look at YouTube.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But me being a novice to this world of this, I was wrong as hell. People will put the YouTube video on and not look at
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like when people put on movies to fold laundry. Are you
put on
watching
movies to go to
it?
sleep.
Nah. They're like, I ain't watching. Yeah, exactly. People put on stuff. Now I'm hearing
Yeah,
it for
so-
the noise. It keeps me interested.
So we there. And that's the small part of the podcast. And then I had a rule. I don't smoke weed. So please don't show up high. Don't show up drunk. We can drink while we talk or whatever. But don't
Yes.
show up fucked up. He did that. And I have a zero tolerance for people who don't listen to simple ass rules. I never called him again. He did the episode high and everything. He did it fine. He did a fine job. I just never called his ass again, ever.
I respect it.
I was talking to my other cousin. He's like a best friend as well. He was my longest running co-host until I got Ray. We did 2 years. And I was a one-day guy. We recorded at 10 in the morning. I edited right there in front of him. Like, we recorded, stop it, it's out.
I'll put it out.
Right in front of him. So we did that for 2 years straight. Then COVID happened. And then I met Ray after I had my son. I came back to work. And one of my coworkers was like, yo, you know Ray's a rapper? But he knew what kind of platform I had. And then he was like, yo, Ray, you know the dude I met is a podcaster. And then one day he walked past me. And I was like, yo, you rap? And he was like, yeah, you got a podcast, right? And he was like, yeah. I sent it to him. He sent me his music. I like this music. And he used to critique every episode I did. Every single episode after that. He hit me right after he done listening to it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, y'all need to work on this. Y'all need to take this up.
Okay.
This and this and this. Then when my cousin was like, yo, I'm relocating, my wife was like, what you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna do it by myself. But I still had no direction. So I was learning this shit on the fly. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to take the streamer route and just be in front of the camera. I didn't know. And when I mean Ray helped me, like, he gave me my first audio interface. It broke the day I was ready to record it. Like, he gave it to me. I did all my research on it. I did practice episodes. Everything was clean, cool, ready. I hit that shit. I'm like, yo, no mic. I called him. He came right over my house. Same day I called him. He came over. He like, my bad, bro. I was like, bro, it's all right. Like, because this is an old one. It's all right.
Yeah.
He said, nah, bro, you don't understand. Like, I really want you to blow. Da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, yo, it's all good. And then I was like, yo, I'm going to ask him to be my co-host. I asked him. He was like, cool. We had the same day off. We started doing the part of my living room. But I didn't know nothing about video. So I don't know. The episodes are still on our YouTube. Color grading is horrible. We look like zombies. And I will not take that shit down.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And then I got on YouTube, did my research, seen lights. I told Ray, like, yo, we need lights. We get the lights. First day with the lights. Lights bright. Light bulbs break out the socket. And here's another setback. So, yo, it's been I've been podcasting since 2018. Me and my cousin reached our ceiling, and then he left me because he had to live life.
Live life.
But Ray has been the biggest blessing on this podcast because it started from an idea just talking on the phone with my friends. And I'm a good judge of character, far as I know who to talk to and who I can't talk to. Like my cousin, I used to be my co-host. I still talk to him to this day. And him and Ray talk to each other. And me and him would be talking. Me and my brother have a podcast now called The Descent because I know it's certain stuff Ray ain't gonna want to talk about. And that's originally the podcast I wanted.
Yeah.
So I still did my original podcast. I just did it with somebody I know gonna give me what I want.
Wow.
And
okay.
This became the flagship show on this network, but I still got the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
And
man.
I turned the podcast into a network page.
Absolutely.
So all of the shows come through the network.
There you go. Because now you're building a system for yourself.
Yep. I have the I Don't Care What You Think podcast. I have me and my brother, The Descent debuts tomorrow. Well, whenever this come out, but The Descent will be out. And then I have one-on-ones with, because my nickname is Doughboy, so it's one-on-ones with Doughboy. It's just me and the lavalier mic, and then I have a serious conversation. I only have one episode of that right now because it's hard to get people to come on your platform and talk about, like, I did crack. So it's hard to get those kind of people. But that's what that's for. And every single one looks different on purpose.
Wow. I mean, I like that because so often we become one track minded and one level minded. That like we don't think to ourselves, okay, once I hit this benchmark of where I want to be, what then do I use this achievement, power, influence that I have to get to the next level? What use is it, right? Because it's great if you have a podcast, you're pumping out 5 million views an episode, you're bringing in money, you have a following. What do you do with that following? Because what you truly have now is, yes, my podcast is influential. What am I doing with that influence? Am I selling you something? Am I presenting something else to you? Am I leveraging it so that I can sell that advertising space to someplace else? Because I know Mr. Beast, recently read an article about Mr. Beast in Time Magazine where he stated that eventually he wants to get to the place where the only thing that he's advertising on his videos is his own products. Yeah, and I literally, bro, I was like next level because I'm the largest YouTuber and I'm only marketing to my fans my stuff. It's literally slamming the door on everyone else because he's getting somewhere around the same views as a Super Bowl every episode he puts out. And it shows the level of thought that you, at least if you're in this business, those that want to succeed have when it comes to their success. Just like to the point where you started with your one show, you got the flagship, but you're like, all right, I got the hang of this. Now let's explore the other avenues in which I'm curious about, because the hilarious thing is you may start it with your flagship, but this other one may blow up. And if you didn't even take the chance to try it, to say, okay, let me take everything I learned from this show and pour it into these ideas now, because now I'm putting out clean content. Now when they get it, it's fresh. It puts you in a different league where now you see it online, someone goes in the Explore page, and like, what is this? Who is this guy? Who's he talking to? That looks different. Let me go see what it is. Versus just, I'm just here getting started. So that's, bro. I mean, long story short, thinking ahead. Way ahead. Like a long ass like
Let me tell
GPS on tomorrow.
Let me tell you the genius about it, because I wanted to interview with somebody so I could tell them the genius behind it. I said I can talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm literally going to tell you the plan.
Yeah.
So everybody knows the plan.
Yeah.
I don't care what you think, podcast drops every single Thursday. Every single Thursday.
Yes.
The only reason why it's not dropping this Thursday because I'm debuting me and my brother. But that will drop every Wednesday. Every other Wednesday. So every 2 weeks you get a new episode of The Descent. Every week you get an episode. I don't care what you think, podcast. I am now every Monday. I'm working on giving you every Monday you'll get an episode of the one-on-one conversations with me. Every Tuesday night I plan on dropping a sports podcast.
Sheesh.
So Monday you get the content of just me.
Yeah.
Talking about whatever I'm talking about. And I usually use that for like mental health, depression, being a parent, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tuesdays nights, because Monday Night Football happens. Tuesday nights, you get your football follow-ups, all that. Or you get your wrestling. It's a sports podcast. So you get wrestling, whatever.
Yeah.
You just ain't talking about baseball and hockey. That shit boring and ass. So I'm sorry to people who like those two sports. But that'll be Tuesday. Wednesday it'll be me and my brother. Every other Wednesday it'll be me and my brother. I don't care what you think podcast. It'll be Thursday. And you're free to do whatever you want Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But on Monday, it starts all over with me. Tuesday, me. Wednesday, me and my brother. Thursday, me and Ray Spitter.
Bro, I gotta ask, because like that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. I want to hear what you ask. I know what you're about to ask.
Hearing this.
We got to step it up.
Huh?
We got to step it up.
Yeah, we do. That's definitely. I was going to go with that a little bit later off the camera, but yes, I'm tired now. I'm already tired. And he's like, "Well, CJ, I think we got a lot more shows to do,
and then we got to tighten up.
What are we doing here?
That's a one-man team.
But no, and to your point, it is, bro. And to be putting out that much content weekly, like, bro, what? I don't. I mean, you could label it what you want. You could say, "What is your drive? What is your passion? What is your purpose?" To put in that work so much, what is pushing you to put out this much content, to really put those reps in, to be like, yo, I'm doing this? And I mean, I could say, yes, you love what you do, but you could love what you do and still be tired of it. So it's like what pushes you to say, all right, I'm going all in on this. I'm pushing out content constantly. Let's keep moving.
My wife. My wife literally said to me, after we interviewed Chig Smooth, she just randomly, I was just sitting in the living room. It was the same day we interviewed him. I was just sitting in the living room. She's like, yo, I'm proud of you. And I was like, where the fuck that come from? Just because I like to hear it. I know where it came from. So I'm like, yo, where the fuck that come from? She was like, yo, you gave it your all. And you didn't quit on it. Because I always tell Ray with his music career, I said, man, you could quit and drop that microphone and say, fuck this. Whatever it is you do.
Yeah.
But do you want to say I quit and I know I didn't give it 100%? I said, so give yourself a 12-month calendar and give it all you got. And if that progression not good enough, leave that shit. If that progression's not good enough, let it go. You can say, I gave it all I had for 12 months and got nothing.
Yeah.
You can walk away. You won't hear me say nothing. I'll be like, I understand.
Yeah.
But if you half-ass and then say, man, it just ain't work out, you half-ass. I know you half-ass. That's how work. That's how life works.
Can't run away from the truth.
And you also said, the hardest piece of the content, I haven't even started yet. That's the sports show. Everything I do is scheduled to me. Every co-host is scheduled to me. It sounds real, I don't know the word, but like, I make sure everything is centered around, like the stuff is centered around me. So me and my brother, we call once a month. But the podcast is about. We was just playing Vince Staples.
Mm-hmm.
The entire episode is dissecting the album. So it's called The Descent. So, but it's not about more up-to-date albums. So like, we'll talk about Snoop Dogg's debut album and dissect every single song. I don't need a weekly show for that.
No.
We just recorded in one day, 2 episodes, 2 albums, not scheduled. You get one every 2 weeks.
It's already scheduled.
The podcast is recorded twice a month. 2, maybe 3 episodes a day. So like we're recording tomorrow. We'll probably knock out 2 or 3 guests every week. And then we'll knock out 3 more guests every week. Because nothing is current events. The one I do, talking about mental health, I'm talking about depression. I might sit here and talk for 4 hours and make all those 30-minute episodes. Every Monday. So I'm not on the camera every single day.
No, not at all.
I might, in 1 month, me and Ray will shoot 4 episodes. Me and my brother will shoot 2 episodes. And I'll shoot 2 episodes of my solo content. The sports one is going to be the tricky one because I have to come every single week.
Yeah.
Because sports is every day. That'll be the only tricky one that'll keep me on camera longer. But I know how to use Zoom. So whoever I do that with, I know how to limit my editing. So me and my brother, lavalier mics. I don't have to sync audio. I look at it, size it up, logo here, logo there, intro, outro, episode's completely done. Me and Ray, I got an editor now. I used to do that. That was the most time-consuming one.
Yeah.
Because I had to sync everything, get it ready for DSPs and do it. I don't even do that no more. I come home, I create whatever shots I create. I send it all to him. I send all the audio to him. I take all the audio files. I post them all to DSPs with time releases. And I just wait for him to send me back the episode. I send it to him on Thursday. He send it back to me Sunday morning. I make the clips for YouTube. I make the clips for social media. I put the episode on YouTube. Put the time on it. I put the clips on YouTube. Put the time on it. I put the clips on Instagram. Put the time on it. Put the clips on TikTok. Put the time on it. I don't even put my phone out.
So you basically,
he was the biggest help. 2 Got It was the biggest help.
Yeah. Like just literally stacking
Shout
your
out.
content. Stacking your content and then being strategic with your distribution.
But it would have been harder to do if I kept the podcast how I originally wanted.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because the public doesn't know.
Have no clue. So
You might be just doing this every week.
Exactly.
It looks like you're doing it every week.
The clip you watched with me and my brother, that's ready. That's done. All I gotta do is put a title on it. I just keep forgetting to do that. But I just put the title on it. It's coming out tomorrow. I mean, it's coming out when it debuts on Thursday at 8. I'm probably gonna do it like in the afternoon, like 2 in the afternoon. But everything stays on a 12 a.m. schedule. That way I got time to correct mistakes because ain't nobody watching that shit at 2 in the morning.
Except your friends in India. Your fans in India.
Yo, yeah,
They always up.
You got a whole point.
They always
You
up,
got
bro.
a whole point.
They waiting on that
But
premiere.
yes, I want, and the network idea
Yeah.
came from Joe Button and No Jumper. I meshed the two because Adam 22 has a bunch of shows on his network. Joe Button has a lot of IPs. Well, he used to have IPs on his network as well. But the problem is you're running them. No, you're in charge of them. You're not running them.
So, wow. I mean, so you obviously have a very deep understanding of how you want to run, how you want to promote, how you want to put things out there. If you were to start all over from scratch today, what would you do differently? And how would you get back to where you were the quickest?
If I start over from today, it'll be tough. Because I truly feel like, and I mean this when I say this, my brother only does the podcast with me because he see how serious I take it. I couldn't even get my older brother to be a guest. He's an artist, he's a clothing designer, he's all that. I couldn't even get my blood older brother to be a guest on my platform. And in the last 12 months, he was a guest and came to me so we could talk about starting our own.
Mm.
So if I can start this over from the beginning, shit still costs money and I'm cheap. But I would move on the ideas instead of sitting there and let them build up. So the podcast started in 2018. It would have started around the same time Joe Budden started. So he's building and I'm building. And I'm trying to stay. Because now he's out of here. I can't get to him.
Yeah.
But I could have got to him in 2014, 2015, when he was trying to figure it out. When I wanted to do it too.
Yeah.
I would have did my sports shit early. Of course, Stephen A. Smith before ESPN paid him. I would have did these ideas sooner. I would have learned that both of my brothers are hip hop artists. I would have learned this game sooner. I'm interviewing people, and my younger brother is calling me like, "Oh, that's my boy. That's my younger brother."
Yeah.
My older brother's calling me like, "Oh, you know him too? That's my boy." And it's crazy because one of my favorite artists is an artist named Jay Wonder.
Okay.
He's from New Jersey, Montclair. One of his favorite rappers of all time to ever live on earth, mainstream or local, is my older brother. And he did not know that until I've been chasing an interview for him for like 2 years because I really like his music. His music is amazing. He got an album called Red Ventura.
Okay.
It's amazing. But one day he commented on my brother's post and he was like, "You're the greatest." So when I seen him and we did the interview, I asked him on Instagram, but he ain't answer me.
Yeah.
But when he seen me, he was like, "Yo, you asked me how I know Cash the Dead Man?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, that is like the greatest rapper I've ever." I didn't even tell him yet. He's like, "Yo, that's like the greatest rapper ever. Like a legend. I would love to meet him. Like he's the greatest person ever." And I started laughing. He like, "What's so funny?" I said, "That's my older brother." He was like, "What the fuck?" I pulled out my phone. I said, "This dude, right?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "This is my older brother." It was. I would have did all that earlier,
Bro.
so we would be sitting here, and this would be a different conversation.
It would be. That's a why. I think that one line is like, if just do it now. Just do it now. If it's an
And
idea
that's
in your
how
head,
my wife
just
got
do
me
it.
to do it.
Just do it. Start.
We just
Don't
was
be
driving,
afraid.
and she was like, "You playing around?" And just drove into Best Buy. Do it.
And I know, bro, I know where that 122 is too. Like, but that's so true because man, that's like it's something we don't consider, right? Like just starting, just going. Like if you have this idea, and someone's pulling you to do this, whether it's passion or not, desire, just excitement, just get moving, get started. Don't be afraid to suck. Everyone's gonna suck when you start. All right, it's you gotta just get moving.
Yes.
Put in the reps, get better, learn your craft, take it seriously. Don't be afraid to take it seriously, and you'll move ahead extremely well. You still end up way better in a better place than where you started, right? It doesn't matter what that looks like. As long as you keep moving, you're gonna get better. And to see just hearing the stories of where you come from to where you are now is wild, bro. Because like I see your social media page and I'm definitely like, I'm not posting enough. Like I hear the way you record and you're like, yeah, we're gonna bang out 3 shows in a day, and I'm sitting here like, AJ, what?
My co-host hate that shit.
Three
Ray
episodes? I don't know if I could do this with 3 people in a day.
Ray hates that shit. Like Ray hate when I tell you
that's
hate,
intensive.
Ray be like, "Hey, yo, man, what the fuck?" I said, "Bro, we not here for 3 weeks. Just get it out the way."
But that's so true though. Like if you can put your phone down, be present, have a good time, engage with your guests, you're gonna have a good time. And you probably can do more than what you think in that space, but you just have to start. Just have to start. Bro, so that is wild. So I gotta ask, because you kind of run through everything that you want to do when it comes to the network, the shows, and everything you want to do.
I ain't doing enough.
We're gonna definitely do more, AJ.
And then to not see like 1,000 views, I'd be like, damn, anybody would quit this shit.
Bro, yeah.
And I still
It takes grit. It definitely takes grit, man. It definitely takes grit. But I mean, you pretty much answered my question of what's next for you with the network. But I'm gonna ask, the network takes off, your shows are doing well. Where's it all gonna lead you to?
Oh, putting on other New Jersey platforms that I deem good. I was just on the phone with one of my good friends, Roddy, from the Next Flight Out podcast. I've been on his platform, he's been on my platform. And I told him, this was the joke I said. I said, yo, you know, if I take off and my network becomes something, I'm going to ask you to come sign with me. And he said vice versa. I said, Roddy, even now you can't afford me. He was like, fuck you, yo.
Hey, today's price ain't yesterday's price.
But
Let's go.
I gave him the same motivation.
Yeah.
Roddy has a show on YouTube. He has the Next Flight Out podcast. That was his flagship show. That's what his YouTube channel was named after. But then he started doing this thing called The Pilot. And that's more of the current event thing. So like he just turned his phone on. Oh, look what happened to Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
It's building his channel. And he tells everybody all the time, I wouldn't have did it without you telling me to do it. I wouldn't have did it without you telling me to do it. So if these shows take off and the network moves how I'm expecting it to move, I hope that I am in a position to where it's my job.
Yes.
Like, I want the headache. And I want the headache because the bigger the headache, the more the success. And my partner keeps me grounded. It's level. Sundays is family day.
Yes, sir.
That's what that is. If I have an interview or something on Sunday, just tell her ahead of time. We can skip that Sunday. Or depending on what time it is. So like I'll book it 12 p.m. so I could get home by like 3. And we still have family day.
That's right.
But my Thursdays, she know that's his podcast day. Whether it's with Ray, whether it's with my brother, whether it's by myself, she know I make content. Sometimes I stream. She know that's what I do on Thursdays.
Yep.
She makes the scheduling. Like a whole Apple Notes. We got the day, the time, who coming, everything, who canceled, who need to be rescheduled, who hasn't been rescheduled. We still got 4 reschedules from last year. And we just move them in, we move them out. When I first started doing it, she wrote the contracts that we send people. They say what they don't want us to talk about, what they want to drink. They pick the times, they pick everything. But we stopped doing that because motherfuckers stopped sending their email address. She was the business.
Yes.
Behind what I was doing.
Yes.
She structured it.
Yes.
Ray had a segment called Cap and Facts. We don't do it as much as we used to. Whole section for it. Here are all the Cap and Facts questions you have ever asked. Pick your 5 on your notes. Pull your phone out like, yo, we about to play Cap and Facts. Pick between the 5. She just texted me. Pick between the 5. And let's go from there.
Yo. That's heavy, man. That's heavy. But I think
she don't want to be a manager. She don't want to handle the pod. She said, hire somebody else to do that shit.
Hey, yeah. Sit back and enjoy what you built, right? Ain't mad about it, man.
She was like, hurry up and blow up so I can be a stay-at-home mom. This shit is annoying.
It's happening. Be patient. Be patient. We got some episodes
to put in. I got you.
Yo, but it is beautiful, man, and I think that you're well on your way to that.
Thank you.
Like I said, I really do appreciate you being here. And with all that said, man, I definitely want to give you your time and the light. Your camera's right over there. Look at the people. Tell them what you got going on, where they can follow you, where they can see you, and where they can support the I Don't Care What You Think podcast to keep you growing and moving, my guy.
All right, man. This is Amir Bryant. I like to say my last name, but a lot of people out there know me as Doughboy. I am Mike A for the I Don't Care What You Think podcast, and I am a co-host of the Descent podcast. You can find me at IDCWYT_network. That used to be a bitch trying to say when I first acronymed it. But you can find us at the IDCWYT_network on Instagram, IDCWYT_podcast on Facebook, IDCWYT_P on Twitter, IDCWYT_podcast on TikTok. And the YouTube channel is the I Don't Care What You Think podcast. And we're on all DSPs. We're on Audible. We're on Amazon. We're on all we're on all DSPs. Except for Tidal. I don't know what the fuck is that. But other than that, we're on all DSPs. But I'm from North New Jersey, born and raised. And we have a platform that we just hit to show love and shine light on anything and everything New Jersey, anybody and everybody New Jersey. When people ask me who are my dream interviewers, I always name big-time artists, but my dream interviewer is a big-time artist from this state. So always remember, and I say this to everybody, there's a fan base for everything you do. And the number one fan base, I tell them, if you want to just grab a microphone and talk about water, there is somebody on YouTube looking up water. There's somebody on YouTube looking up grass. There's somebody on YouTube looking up clouds. and there's somebody on YouTube trying to understand the definition and who invented colors. There's a fan base for everything on God's green earth. And if I could do it, you could do it. Because I'm independent.
Sheesh. Okay, that's a heck of an outro, I'm going to say right there, bro. But Amir, man, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
No problem.
Learning everything that you're doing and just appreciating it being on this side. I can tell you, I definitely am not doing enough with my space, and I got to get my life together.
You're doing enough.
But I'm gonna
Inspire
definitely.
me.
I appreciate the energy. I appreciate the inspiration. I appreciate the work you're putting in and the care you take into your craft. So if you guys out there definitely like what you heard, you paid attention this long, please go follow him, like, subscribe, and support locally run independent platforms that are promoting the things you guys love and care about. AJ, say peace out to the people.
Hey,
because you know where we going.
Hey, people, peace out. I hope y'all took the knowledge and gems that was dropped in this video, because it was a lot, man. I'm definitely not doing enough, and right after this, it's editing time. So
yes, sir, it is.
Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be our show for today. If you like what you saw, we're going to ask you to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, get the ding, so you know when we premiere. And y'all know it's always early in the morning, so you get your daily dose right when you're waking up out the bed. So without further ado, you guys already know what it is. It is none but love.